If you're a pre-dental, the most exciting time of the year is just around the corner, acceptance day, and I could not be more excited for you and for what you're expecting and all the hard work that you put through. So in this video, I want to talk to you about what you can expect on acceptance day as someone who's in the current cycle. So the first thing is, when the clock gets close to midnight, at 11 p.m. to midnight, it's possible that you receive an email from a dental school that you've interviewed at letting you know that you've been accepted. I do have to give you a little word of caution that that is not the normal way that schools are gonna let you know that you've been accepted, but it is possible. Some and few dental schools will give you an email even the night before at 11 p.m. or right when it hits midnight, letting you know that you've been accepted. But if you don't receive that email, the next thing you're going to want to do is to get yourself a good night's sleep and wake up early. And that's because typically starting from around 9 a.m. Eastern time until 5 p.m. Pacific time, most dental schools, and pretty much all of them, are going to give you a call to let you know that you've been accepted if you are a lucky one who has been accepted and is getting an acceptance letter on acceptance day. So have your phone next to you, put the ringer on, and anticipate those calls if that's something that you're expecting, because it can come at pretty much any time throughout the day, starting from the morning until the evening. And don't worry too much if you miss the call, because they'll probably give you another call, and that doesn't mean your acceptance is gone. They're gonna send you an email letting you know that you've been accepted, and then, like I said, try to give you a call to speak to you and congratulate you on your acceptance. So expect that, but don't be too worried if you can't have your phone by you, if you're working, if you're gonna be in class or whatever it is. And once you've gotten your acceptance, what's gonna happen is you're gonna be given about 30 days to put a deposit into the school. That deposit is typically going to be about $1,000 to $2,000, and you have to give that deposit to hold your seat in their class. If you were lucky enough to be accepted to more than one school, you can technically put a deposit for multiple schools, but I wouldn't recommend it, and that's because these deposits are non-refundable. So you really want to use those 30 days that you have to get your deposit in to think which school you ultimately want to attend. And then ideally, you're only putting a deposit into that one school. However, if you need more time than the 30 days that you're given to put a deposit to the school that you want to attend, or you're not able to really make that final decision within those 30 days, you can technically put a deposit at 2 schools or even 3 schools. The only thing is, like I mentioned, that deposit's non-refundable. So what's gonna happen is you're eventually gonna lose the money that you put in for that second or third school to have a deposit to save your seat. And if you do place a deposit for multiple schools, the time that you have to hold your seats in those classes is eventually gonna come to an end. What I mean by that is the American Dental Education Association, AADSA, gets a list of all the applicants and what schools they have a deposit at. And during the first week of March, what happens is AADSA pretty much notifies the schools where an applicant has more than one deposit at. So if you have 2 deposits or 3 deposits, then those 2 or 3 schools are gonna know that you have deposits at multiple schools, and you're pretty much going to be given an ultimatum to choose which school you ultimately want to run with, because near the end of March and after March, you are no longer going to be allowed to have more than one deposit. So you cannot hold multiple seats in multiple classes. And while we're talking about deposits to hold your seat, if you haven't been accepted to the dental school that you're hoping to get an acceptance at, but you did get accepted to a dental school, make sure to put your deposit in to hold your seat for at least one of the dental schools while you're hoping to hear back. Because if you didn't hear back from any schools or a particular school you were hoping to hear back that you interviewed at, you can still be given an interview through December, January, February, March, and depending on the school, maybe even April. And if you've already interviewed at the school before acceptance day, you can be given an acceptance at any time after December 15th, all the way until the day that dental school starts their classes. So there's no second acceptance day or third acceptance day. We have December 15th, and then after that, you can be notified of an acceptance at any time, assuming you've already interviewed at that school. And if you haven't received an interview, you can get an interview anytime from acceptance day through really March or April. So the game is not over until it's over if you're hoping to still hear back from another school. Whether you're one of the students who I worked with and coached throughout this process, or you apply it on your own, I sincerely wish you the best, and I hope that you get accepted to your dream dental school and you get that good news on acceptance day. And if you don't, stay strong, stick it through. There is still time for you to get the acceptance that you're looking for. And if you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more helpful pre-dental videos. And if you're accepted to multiple schools, you're probably gonna wanna watch this next video where I go over the best and highest ranked dental schools in the US.